This is rivalry. We have Mom first impressions only, she says. We have Rachel's, if I don't win, someone's gonna die before we leave. And Zachary, I just wanna win. It's not fair. The game goes on.
We are accustomed to addressing our kids' needs, especially their physical needs. Because if we have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old that says, Mom, I need to go to the potty, we go, let's go. Because what do we know? If we don't help them, well, they'll probably learn. But if we don't help them, there will be a mess somewhere. So we're trying to help them learn how to use the potty. So we help them. What if they ask for a snack? Well, you can put that off for only so long. Of course, we want to give our kids healthy snacks. So we go to the kitchen, we get them a snack, or we create a plan to put together a snack drawer or teach them how to get their own snacks or something, but we address their needs. What do we do when we have needs? Well, girlfriend, this is my story. Me recognizing that I didn't really honor the fact that I had needs. And I know that that is a lot of homeschool moms' experiences. And at this time of year, when there's a whole lot more gray, slump month somebody might call it, or winter blues, January blues, whatever we want to call it. At this time of year, it is typical to feel kind of down, to feel kind of gray alongside the weather. Very normal. Now, how do you know whether it's just slump month and you're getting bored of your homeschool routine and feeling a bit gray, or whether it's seasonal affective disorder or seasonal affective effect? According to Mayo Clinic, signs and symptoms of seasonal affective disorder might include feeling listless, sad, or down most of the day, nearly every day, losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, having low energy and feeling sluggish, having problems with sleeping too much, experiencing carb cravings, overeating and weight gain, having difficulty concentrating, feeling hopeless, worthless, or guilty, and or having thoughts of not wanting to live. So, except for one, the last one, most of us are experiencing a lot of those things normal in our normal homeschool lives at times. We don't always feel like having interest in whatever activity it is that we started in September because we're bored of the curriculum that we've got, or maybe we're bored of the routine, or maybe we're bored of whatever, but maybe we're bored. Or maybe it's a sign or symptom of seasonal affective disorder. Sometimes we're feeling guilty because we're engaging our kids in ways that we really don't want to be, that our best self feels bad, knows that we're not engaging in the way that we want to be, and that's not necessarily seasonal affective disorder. So of course, a lot of these symptoms, these signs or symptoms of seasonal affective disorder are normal human experiences. And for you and I, though, because we're with our kids all day long and we're addressing our kids' physical needs, we need to practice taking care of our own physical needs, recognizing when maybe there's a sign or a symptom on that list that suggests that something bigger is going on here, not just slump month, not just the winter blues. If that's you, and I'm the first person to mention these things, then I encourage you to check in with your family physician or whoever it is that helps oversee your physical health. And also, here are a few things that you can do if you wonder if it's just a seasonal affective affect, that maybe you could do a few things to counteract that. And here's some of the things that I've learned to help me make it through here. First and foremost, it is to recognize that you are a bear in hibernation. Just think of yourself that way, and then it won't feel quite as challenging. It is a season. It will end. The first thing I do is to learn how to include exercise. Maybe that means you're changing up your routine and you're doing something that's seasonal so that you actually enjoy it during this time of year a little bit more. But burning off mental tension is important all the time, especially as parents. But homeschool parents, yeah, girl, we need to burn off tension. Think of exercise as a time of burning off tension. And after I'm done this video, I will be doing that as I go cross-country skiing with my husband. But try to think of yourself as burning off tension almost every day. Try to do it every day so that maybe you'll do it most days. It'll increase serotonin in your brain, so it'll help ward off depression. You can also remember that a shower a day keeps depression away. Actually, no, this is not really a thing, but there is something to be said about us feeling good inside of our bodies, and scraping off the cobwebs of haziness is useful when we have a shower. So try to do grooming every day. Consider using supplements. So varying supplements, I'm not going to list the specific ones here because there are so many possibilities. And as someone that was trained in the Western medical model, I'm a registered nurse before my kids were born, married to a medical physician. I know the value of, the Western medicine. It has a place, obviously. Get into a car accident, you're probably not going to your naturopath, but there is something to be said about going to your naturopath to learn about natural substances, supplements that can help fuel your brain, especially during the season. And I have a list of things that you can see down below, but in my opinion, these supplements have been useful in my real life, and I use them still during fall, winter, perimenopausal season, premenstrual, all the different things, and they can be very useful. However, as I also know, my information here is not intended to take the place of qualified medical advice. So consult your physician or your natural health practitioner before implementing these ideas. And know this, that though they're natural substances, they might cancel out medication you're already on, or they might actually add on to the medication that you're already on, or decrease medication you're already on. So definitely consult someone before you get started on that. The fourth thing that I can recommend is to alter your diet or tweak your diet. Add some things that you know will fuel your brain. The reason I choose a green smoothie every morning is not just because it looks weird and the kids think it's wild that I'm actually eating this thing, actually my entire family, but it's because it actually feels good. It feels better than having 3 cups of coffee. Of course, you can consider, the fifth idea is to consider getting support through a homeschool life coach or a therapist or someone that can help walk alongside you objectively, be a reflective listener for you, and really help to get perspective on whatever challenge you're experiencing. Because in this last few years, we are experiencing all sorts of challenges and we're all having varying experiences, but life happens in homeschool lives or in our homeschool life outside of our homeschool challenges. And sometimes you need support for heartbreak or a significant move or postpartum depression or a significant, relationship change, a new baby, all the things. So consider accessing support outside of your family. You could consider using adaptogens. These are herbs, not supplements per se, but herbs that can be used to decrease symptoms of stress, including forgetfulness or symptoms of forgetfulness, exhaustion, and sleep issues. Again, treat them the same way that you would the supplements. Ask for outside help to assess whether or not they're going to be useful for you. The seventh thing that I'll suggest to you is to use natural substances found in your garden. And I don't know about your garden, but mine presently is covered with 2 feet of snow. So maybe you don't have access to all those things right now, but during the foraging season, July, September, or whatever season that is for you in your part of the world, consider learning more about foraging and using natural substances like lemon balm. Lemon balm is a delicious tea, and it also grows easily in my garden. It can help with a sedative type effect, an antiviral benefit. It has digestive health benefits. Or chamomile, pretty little flower, kind of like a daisy, a mini daisy. And though it isn't the most flavorful tea, a German chamomile can help decrease your nighttime wakenings. It can help improve your sleep quality and may help with menstrual period too. So you can learn more about foraging, and you can even call it Charlotte Mason homeschooling in July to September in my part of the world. The eighth thing that you can do is to include aromatherapy and essential oils in your homeschool life. And I have a special podcast episode where I interviewed Kristen Mercer, a homeschool mom of 3 over on the East Coast, and of course, an essential oils business lady. As a homeschool mom, you always know somebody that sells essential oils. And though I was once a skeptic, I actually feel truly edified by it, just like I do my green smoothie, just differently. And it depends on the essential oil. In this article, I share about clary sage, lavender, and thieves. The 9th thing I would suggest is to implement deep breathing exercises, meditation, and yoga. These have been life changers for me. So if you haven't tried them already, jump on those bandwagons, because anything that can help you decrease your anxiety, especially if you're premenstrual or perimenopausal, they're really useful. Find an acupuncturist. Acupuncture is known to increase estrogen levels, decrease levels of FSH and LH, increase estrogen receptor protein expression. Okay, I won't go into the medical words, but anyways, it's going to help you in your premenstrual and perimenopausal phases. And if you want to listen to an interview of me interviewing a Chinese medical practitioner that is my Chinese medical practitioner and was also a homeschool kiddo growing up, then you can listen to the benefits of acupuncture there. The 11th thing that you can do is to consider, and you might be surprised by this one, but if you think you have seasonal affective disorder or you're challenged by depression at this time of year, consider sending your kids back to school. Yeah, I said it. And why? Because the gold standard is not homeschooling. The gold standard is serving you and your kids. So you probably weren't expecting me to share that one, but if your coping skills have turned into you hanging out on the sofa and calling that unschooling because you really just don't have energy and you feel kind of sad or frustrated, then make a big shift. It doesn't have to be a permanent one. You can bring the kids back home when you're getting yourself or after you get yourself well. The 12th thing that I would suggest is maybe just shift towards more of an unschooly method in your homeschool during this season. I offer a few resources, a coaching program called Deschool Your Homeschool, Reimagine Your Homeschool Life. I love it because me living into a more self-directed learning, unschooly approach has helped shift both me towards satisfaction in my homeschool, but also created more of an individualized education for all my kids. So I offer you a practical Deschool Your Homeschool checklist. You can use the Deschool Your Homeschool journaling workbook. And certainly you can inquire about deschooling your homeschool group coaching program. The 13th and final thing, lucky 13 thing that you can do to include in your homeschool life right now, if you're challenged by seasonal affective disorder, is to create a supportive community. Build and create a supportive community, not just people that are the people that have been placed in your life that may or may not be supportive of what you're doing as a homeschool parent, but create a supportive community that will accept the authentic you and what you're doing. And if that is you, then you're invited to my paid Patreon support group. And why would you join that specific one? Well, mostly it's, do you have a rapport with me? Do you feel like you're authentically supported by me? Can you create connections within the group and see if the people around the world that we connect with really do feel like they serve you? Because you can get deep here. Now there is a community all over the place, and go to all the communities that serve you. You don't have to come here and be within this community, but this community is intended to support the authentic you and help you do this thing on purpose, to get coaching to help you move past the challenges that you have. And it's one-on-one coaching. So you're welcome to join me to get that supportive, authentic coaching. I know that if you implement these things and you've been challenged by seasonal affective disorder or seasonal affective effect, then you are going to shift things in your homeschool and in your life. You can address them. You can overcome them. So I'm curious, what is one strategy that you're going to include for your physical body, and not just your kids' physical bodies? Include a comment down below. I'd love to hear. And thanks for joining me.